morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to Christ Over Coffee. My name is Andrew Dixon, and I would like to welcome you to this very special episode this morning entitled The Blessing of Life. Today, Sister Rosalia and I will be inviting you to meet a very, very special Holy Spirit missionary sister. But I don't want to take away from any of the introduction that's already set up. Sister Rosalia, please introduce today's guest.
Good morning to you, Andrew, and to all my friends in the audience. Thank you for joining us today. Please help me to welcome Sister Mary Angela Risi, our Holy Spirit missionary sister, to the broadcast. Good morning, Sister Mary Angela. It is an honor to have you with us today, and I'm happy that you are eager to share with us some of your rich experience of missionary life.
Good morning, Sister Rosalia. Happy to be here.
I have some questions for you to get us started. You reached 100 years of age some weeks ago and celebrated it with joy, and your many friends helped to make it real feast. I marvel at it and am very curious. Did you ever imagine you lived this long?
Oh, never. I could remember when I was 80 years old, I thought I was so old, and that I started eliminating things from my room thinking, the Lord will call me any day, but He didn't. And so here I am, more than 20 years after that, and loving each day that the Lord has given me.
Being 100 years old is one thing, but being 100 years old and still being able to do almost everything you want to do is another. That is a real reason to celebrate. What is the secret of your longevity and zest for life? And what was the best decade of the past 100 years?
I think that thinking back now, each day was for me a gift. Also, every day something happened. Some were bad, some were not so good, but I want to live for the next day so that I could rectify what was not bad. And I told the Lord, give me this one more day, because I don't want to leave this earth having done what I did. I want to rectify what was not good and try to be understanding and at peace with everyone. And it was a life, I think, I always hoped tomorrow was going to be better than today. Oh, today was a terrible day, but the Lord will give me one more day to make it good.
You have seen it all, as one says. How much did the world change in the last 100 years?
Oh, it would take me maybe 100 years to tell you, because I grew up in the Depression time, and I remember seeing the first Ford car come down our street, and everybody went out to see this car that was carrying people in them, and without a horse at the front of it. And it was really something when I think back at the traffic of today, how many cars are on the street, and everyone was so amazed to see that one Ford car on our street where I lived. That's just one example. And then all these inventions we have had, you cannot begin to think of how we communicated with telephones at that time. Practically no one had a phone, and it was people shared phones, and also the commodities that we have today, you can't compare. You can't compare of what, and how each came to being. And maybe they say necessity is the mother of invention. Well, we have had many inventions during this 100 years that I have lived.
As a servants of the Holy Spirit, there is no retirement for missionary service. But as you hit this 100 years mark, I believe that Sister Dorota Maria, our provincial, and Sister Margaret, your community leader, advise you to relax and enjoy your days. How do you spend your days now?
Well, my days were very full until I was 97. At 97, I asked to be relieved of writing the chronicles of the province house, plus editing the chronicles of 7, 8 other communities. That was my daily, primary daily work at that time when I was 97. And I decided it was time for me to retire because I had so many books I wanted to read and so many things I wanted to do. And so I was relieved of that task. But the days now go so fast. I often wish we could have 48 hours in each day. Maybe I would get done the things that I want. For instance, one of the things besides my reading, praying, and my daily chores, I do crochet. I made many of these, and this is my last project. I have made at least 20 of these runners for tables of all colors. A dining room table has 72 inches, and I make these 72 inches, and it just fits the table very nicely. So this is on the side of my other chores. This is what I like to do while I listen to my audio books and television sometime, and other things that I do in my room.
Is there anything you would want to say by way of tips for life well lived and enjoy for your fellow SSpS sister and the young people out there who are listening to your story today? Is there any secret you want to share with them regarding this?
Yes, I have always thought that God loved me, and God would not want things that would be harmful for me. Whatever happened, even if it is looked upon as not being good, it was in God's plan. But He would always give you time. His love for us gives us that satisfaction that you want to live and to go on in life and meet other people. I think just meeting many people I have met many people in the 3 continents where I have served as a servant of the Holy Spirit. Those were the places, and each one I loved very much and enjoyed the work that I was doing. And I never minded there were little hardships, but that was just part of life. We have to accept that because of the graciousness and the goodness and on the side, all that we had, if we only stopped to think and look around. And I know there's that expression to take time to smell the rose. And I love doing that. Just take time and say, yeah, this isn't a very good situation at the moment, but look at what other things I have that the Lord is giving, all the graces that He has given me every day. I am grateful to God for all that He has done for me in these 100 years, but also for every person that I have come in contact in any way. Each one has enriched me in their own way, and I sit sometime and just think of, the wonderful people I met while I was serving in Australia. And those in Rome, in different situations in the 22 years that I served in Rome. And of course, my dear Mississippi, where I was also 20 and more years in different times and different places. Each one is a precious memory to me as I look and as I think now. When I pray, I ask God to send you blessings to each one. And I just feel that every day He gives me, maybe it's so that I can ask for more blessing on all these wonderful people that I have met. And also thinking of my family and what they sacrificed for me to be a religious and not to be there to help them. So that's, I think, is the secret that I can bring to you today. Thank you.
Sister Maria Angela, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you stopping by and sharing with us a little bit about your missionary life, as well as the celebrating of your 100 years of living. And we're hoping for many, many more. If you have heard something today and you are encouraged to think about whether God is calling you to religious life, we would like to walk that discernment journey with you today. So please consider giving us a call at 847-441-0126. Also, we ask that you would consider visiting our website to get even more information about the Holy Spirit Missionary Sisters. We can be found online at www.SSpS-USA.org. And if this is your first time joining us on this broadcast, we want you to know that we are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and you can follow us at these various locations down below me. And all we ask is that you would like, comment, and share the wonderful encouragements that we send out each and every week, as well as information regarding news and updates happening at the province. Once again, we thank you so much for joining us again this day. And until next time, remember, we're going to be walking this life one sip at a time. Thank you all so much for joining us. May God bless you and your families. Take care, and may you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.